What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you another video to my channel. No football predictions this week. Got a little bit lazy, plus I've been doing a lot of schoolwork, so I didn't have time to make a predictions video. I was going to do something for Halloween, but that didn't turn out really too good for me, so I was just like, maybe I'm not going to upload this. So if you guys do want my predictions for football and others, go check out beforethekickoff.com in the description box down below. I'm the new fantasy writer / whatever the fuck I want to do writer. I'm also going to be hosting a podcast on there. So if you guys want more football out of me, definitely go to that website. I'm going to be doing articles on Matt Ryan, how I think he's leading the Falcons to success and why he is doing so. And then also on RG3, the weaknesses to the 49ers defense. Some of y'all might not think there is weaknesses, but there are. And I'm going to talk about those in future articles that I'm going to be coming out this weekend. So definitely check out beforethekickoff.com. But, you know, this seems a little bit different, and it's going to segue to what I do on my other channel. The reason why it's being uploaded on this channel is, you know, wrestling fan base. My channel is a wrestling channel, and I thought might as well do this. WWE 13, Live the Revolution. As you can see, this is rented. Now, I rent games mainly because, first off, I think it's ridiculous that we have to pay $60 for, you know, any game. I don't care if it's a wrestling game, basketball, football game. $60 is just ridiculous for a game. And sometimes these games that do come out nowadays in modern video game time, they just literally do not live up to like the replayability like most games. That's why I like the sports games, is because with the sports games, yeah, people say sports games are not my favorite genre. I'm not telling you to like sports games, but with sports games, at least I can play that year-round and be excited that the sport is coming. Or during the season, play, you know, like a franchise mode and try to mimic that season of a certain team, or try to make that team better after, because they update the rosters almost every fucking day. So it's awesome like that. That's what I love about sports games. But, you know, WWE 13, it is a sports game. It's the newest game by THQ, maybe the last WWE game. I don't know. I heard they're working on WWE 14 right now. But WWE 13, Live the Revolution. Now, we all know who's on the cover. It's CM Punk, the current and reigning WWE champion. And basically, the basis of this game is pretty much, you know, the changing of a new guard from the Attitude Era to what it is today. And pretty much what this is like a history lesson for, you know, fans. For a lot of fans that don't know what the Attitude Era was all about. For a lot of fans that, you know, kind of question, like, who was in the Attitude Era, what do they expect from the Attitude Era. This is like basically a history lesson for the main story mode in this game, which is the Attitude Era mode. So pretty much Attitude Era mode is when there was WWF SmackDown, WWF SmackDown 2, you know, those type of games, you know, with the bad graphics. They had the weird story modes. Not really bad graphics, good graphics were at the time it came out. But you get what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like those games with the old classic characters, but just in WWE's terms, WWE 13 terms, the new graphics and new age technology. And they have classic sound bits in there. They have classic moments in there. They have like actual movements in there. I'm very impressed what they did with Attitude Era mode. I think Attitude Era mode was a really good mode. You got bonus matches in there. Like one of my personal favorites was in there was when Triple H, you know, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley at the time, he was like in the middle of the ring. He wasn't really like had anything important to do. He was just going to fight Dude Love because him and Dude Love were feuding. All of a sudden, Dude Love came onto the Titantron, and he's like, "Oh, you know, falls count anywhere matches. That's not my thing, brother." And then out comes Mankind. And then Mankind was all like saying, and at the time, you know, Mankind, he was like the crazy character back then in the WWF. Everyone thought, oh yeah, Mankind's coming out. It has to be Mankind. Mankind's like, no, I'm not coming out. And all of a sudden, Cactus Jack comes out in the end. It's like Cactus Jack is the one going to face Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And that was like a cool moment for me because I didn't know as a little kid, you know, I watched wrestling sporadically in the 98s. I got fully into it in 2000. I didn't know at the time who the hell Cactus Jack was, because Cactus Jack was only featured in WCW and ECW. Obviously, living in the West Coast all my life, never got a chance to see ECW. And WCW, when he was Cactus Jack, I was not watching WCW because I was not even born yet. So that was such a cool moment. And it's in the game, which is cool. Attitude Era mode, I really do like the mode. The one thing, though, that I hate and despise about this mode are the stupid objectives. You guys can say they're not stupid. I think it's cool with what they do with the objectives. Now, you know, I think some of the objectives are stupid. I think some of the um, actions that happen during the objectives are cool. Like, you know, you do a historic objective, like it's like an attitude era moment, and it's just a quick time event. Nothing hard, nothing ridiculous. And a cool moment will happen where it exactly happened into attitude era. It actually happened. They have the actual sound bites for it and everything. And it's cool. But what I hate is like these dumb objectives where it's like, oh, make sure when you after you knock this guy out, you go grab a title belt and you have only 30 seconds to do so. But his tag team partner, he will fucking kick your ass too. Oh, and then I mentioned there's a manager outside too. It's like these dumb objectives where they're like, make sure you pin this guy after 10 seconds. Like, why do I need to do this? Why do I need, what makes me urge to want to complete these objectives? Of course, you want to unlock the hidden content of this game. But some of these objectives just take so long to get to, and it's not even like the first objective. It's like the last objective. So after you just played a match, you're getting sick and tired of how the game is. You get sick and tired of like, you know, just doing this match over and over again. It ruins the fun because some of us just want to play a game where it's just straightforward. I get it. You want to do all these moments. I get it. You want it to make it feel as real as possible. But please, stop with the timed objectives. Timed objectives for gamers, especially in a wrestling game where the controls are completely different than in years past. Like okay, it's the same as WWE 12s, but how many people do you think actually played WWE 12 after SmackDown vs. Raw 2011? I don't think a lot did. WWE 13 was higher in sales than WWE 12. WWE 13 had to add to there, which I'm pretty sure many fans bought right away because they were excited for it. So, I know some people who didn't even play WWE 12 but bought WWE 13 because of the attitude era. How many fans have the patience to, you know, do this stuff? I mean, really, the time limit things on these stupid objectives sometimes are frustrating. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I played a match again just because I didn't complete the time objective. And I have to restart it. I just think there should be a timer after I hit my finisher for 10 seconds. Especially, there's this one. Stone Cold versus Kane. The objectives are pretty easy, but it gets repetitive. One of them is like you have to hit a drop outside the apron. You have to be on the apron and hit like a move on Kane. Then afterwards, you throw him to the steel steps. Then you hit the Lutez drop. And then you hit your finisher and hit the pin in 10 seconds. I did not know this. Now, but Paul Bearer, because it was like my 5th attempt because Kane kept on getting rope breaks. But when I finally didn't get it, Paul Bearer ended up interrupting Kane. He ended up, you know, interrupting Pinball. And I just said, what the fuck? Like, I was so frustrated at this point. I was just like, I don't care. Although I will say this, Attitude Era mode is still a good mode. It's still a fun mode. I just think some of the objectives could be taken out of it. Just saying, or at least the time limit. Just get rid of the time limit. I understand you want to try to make it as precise as possible, but I don't think a time limit fucking matters in a fucking video game. We're not playing Need for Speed here. We're playing WWE 13. Get rid of the time limits, please. It's just a simple request. Just get rid of time limits. It's not that hard. But other than the time limit problem, Universe Mode. Universe Mode is greatly improved. Last year, you know, for me at least, with the roster that they had, I wish we could combine last year's roster with this year's roster just because of the fact that I could finally make a brand that I would be proud of. Now in Universe Mode, it's pretty much the mode I think people are going to be satisfied with. I think people are going to have fun with. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. You don't have to worry about salary caps and all this other stuff like you did in GM mode. But Universe Mode is awesome. I mean, seriously, you can make any brand. You can make anything in Universe Mode possible. You can make anything in Universe Mode just like sick as hell. Like for me, I have Raw as my main brand, and I have all the legends on there. Then I have Impact Wrestling. I have some of the Impact stars with a couple of WWE stars on there, and then I have NXT, which I have like all the younger stars on, and it's like my online show. It's like the Saturday internet show. And you can make any pay-per-view. You can do a lot of stuff in Universe Mode. And I personally love that. I'm a Universe Mode nerd. I don't play every match in Universe Mode, but if there's a superstar that I want to get pushed, I play that match. You can make minor shows like WWE's main event. Like, hell, you could even make Judgment Day. a minor show. You can make Judgment Day like a weekly minor show, like a Superstars. That's what's cool. If you want to go old school, you could go Raw, SmackDown, Heat, or even better, you could go Raw is War, WCW Nitro, ECW, and then you could have Heat. That's how cool this is. The pay-per-views are awesome. You can make as many pay-per-views as you want. I really think Universe Mode is literally an awesome mode. I have no complaints about Universe Mode. And one of my favorite things that they brought this year, and I don't know if it was in previous years, one of my favorite things is that in WWE 13 with Universe Mode, you can finally reset it. That is something I've been wanting to do in Universe Mode because sometimes I just want to start fresh in Universe Mode. Sometimes I may not be happy with some of the results that I did because of my laziness in Universe Mode. So I want to reset the whole Universe Mode. I want to just start off fresh, make a new roster. In previous games, you couldn't do that. You may have to delete your WWE 13 just so you can get a fresh start at Universe Mode. Now, you can reset the Universe Mode whenever the fuck you want. So you could be in like 2018 and you're saying, fuck, I did not like the decisions I made here. I'm going to restart. You can restart Universe Mode. Everything's fine. It feels good. Everything's back to normal. You can set the brands however you want. You can restart and recreate whatever you want. That's the fun of Universe Mode. I think they did a great job with Universe Mode this year. I have no complaints for Universe Mode at all. I think Universe Mode is great, and I think a lot of fantasy bookers, fantasy people who do the YouTube shows on here will love Universe Mode because it makes things a lot more simpler than in years past. I really do love Universe Mode this year. Moving on forward, though, besides Universe Mode, what else do we have here? We have our usual Created Superstar. It's the same thing. Create Arena is a lot better now. You can make your arena outdoors. You can make your arena at a bingo hall. You can make your arena small. You can change the lighting of it. Create Arena Mode is pretty much way more in depth, and it makes it way more fun to create these arenas than in years past. Well, last year was the first year that they introduced it. Now, there's one feature that I don't know how to activate. You can use this in WWE Universe Mode. It's not create a championship, but it's create a custom title. And pretty much a custom title is you just pretty much make a title look different. That's what you basically do. That's from what I've read online. I haven't been able to access it. If any of y'all know how to access it, please do tell me because I do want to create a custom title for the NXT brand. I'm tired of having the Internet Championship be my minor title. As much as it fits the theme of my NXT, I want to change it up a little bit. So if anyone has, if anyone knows what they call it, how to do that, that would be greatly appreciated for me. WWE 13, though, the controls, same as WWE 12. A/X is to grapple, square/X is to strike. The stupid controllers. Why can't Y and triangle is to like grab, help focus on the head. B and circle, I believe, are to Irish whip. And that's pretty much it for the controls. RT's to reverse. The reverse system has not been fixed. It's pretty much the same reverse system as WWE 12. So if you weren't good at reversing WWE 12, you're probably not going to be good at reversing in WWE 13. Overall, WWE 13, it has a lot of improvements from WWE 12. It doesn't. It's a slight improvement from WWE 12. WWE 12 was a fun game. It was an awesome game when it first came out. But WWE 13, to me, I feel has more replayability value than WWE 12. WWE 12, it was cool, the first 2 months you had it, unless you're a diehard wrestling fan. I mean, there's no problem being a diehard wrestling fan, but if you're a casual gamer, 2 months of a video game, like to me at least, if you're not playing that game a lot, it really shows how much that value of the game is. Like after the first 2 months, if you're a casual gamer, or you're just someone that just likes the wrestling games, doesn't even watch WWE. After 2 months of it, Universe Mode got boring because you couldn't really have. It's not like Universe Mode now, where you got free control of this game. It was just kind of like, oh, you got your superstars, your Raw and SmackDown. You couldn't delete superstars because you didn't want to, and creator wrestlers were always stuck on superstars, no matter what you did. You couldn't create your own brand. You couldn't make your championships the way you wanted it to. It it was just a mess last year, and it was just like, after Universe Mode, what's next? Road to WrestleMania? Yeah, I want to play that shit again, where their objectives are worse than the WWE. I'm not even kidding. WWE 12's like objectives for Road to WrestleMania last year were god awful, but WWE 13's objectives they're at least stand byable. I just hate the timed objectives. I think the timed objectives are stupid as hell. But other than that, I just feel that WWE 13 it has a lot of more replayability factors. It has a lot of factors where people could be sitting there one day if they're bored after playing a video game and be like, hey, I'm going to hit up that universe mode for an hour. Or I'm going to play universe mode for 30 minutes, make my shows and shit. Or I'm going to, play some Attitude Era. I didn't complete some of the bonus matches. I didn't complete some of the off-script stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this game that has a lot more replayability value than WWE 12. WWE 13 overall is an improvement from WWE 12. I gave WWE 12 a B minus last year, and since this is a better improvement, I'm going to give WWE 13 a B. For you wrestling fans out there that say that's too low, well, that's for the casual gamer. It's a casual gamer for a B. If you're a wrestling fan, this game's an A minus. This game's an A minus if you're a wrestling fan. A B, this is sign language for the letter B for all the casual gamers out there. If you're a casual gamer wondering about WWE 13, I suggest you pick it up to try it out. If you're not a wrestling fan and you just want to try it out, I suggest you do, especially if you did catch wrestling back in the late 90s and you enjoyed Stone Cold Steve Austin and some of the stuff that he did. This will be a game for you. If you remember Kane and Undertaker back then, this will be a game for you. This is definitely a game that you will check out. Now, this is the other stuff that I like to do. I like to review video games. I have 2 other reviews coming up on CO Live starting next week. CO Live will be back and running. Pretty much all my classes will be freed up a little bit, and the games that I'm reviewing have been finished. So make sure you check out CO Live videos for more video game reviews from me. Subscribe up above, though, if you guys want wrestling and sports videos that I normally do on this channel. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. And check out the Olive Tree podcast with my boy Justin from the Tree Road Show. Anyways, this is Chase Oliver68. WWE 13 is a B minus. Am I going to buy this game for Christmas or when it's on sale? Yeah, I am, because with Universe Mode being the way it is, online servers are still shitty in this game, which pisses me off. But definitely, this game is definitely a game I will get in the near future. I mean, it's like, this game probably is the second best sports game this year. And Madden this year was not even, on the same level. I mean, I gave it a B Madden, but this is like the same grade. But I find this more enjoyable than Madden this year. NBA 2K13 is still the best sports game this year. There's no denying 2K13's greatness in the sports realm this year. I don't know. Maybe FIFA could beat it out once I get my hands on that. But I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy your Thursday. Peace!